Hey,
What's up?
it's good, everyone. As you know, you've probably seen previous streams from earlier today that this is part of the Us United hashtag Us United event where we're trying to raise money to donate to AFSP, in which there's a link pinned in the comments on YouTube, and also in the description below there's a link for the where you can go to donate. And so, how you guys doing out there? What's up, Joey? What's up, man? You doing all right?
Yeah, dude,
Doing good.
excited.
Yeah.
Very excited. So it's really cool to see like events still continue, like after the cut comes
After the
out,
movie.
and and we can just celebrate and have super awesome guests on.
Yes, yes. And without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and bring our guest in because he's fire and Darkseid himself, Ray Porter. What's good, Ray?
Well, I'm an adult sitting in a box with a fucking Lego, so I'm good. Life is good.
That's
How are
cool
you
and
guys?
very exciting.
Yeah, I'm an adult sitting in a box with a
Yeah, well, this is true.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
very huge Superman right here.
What
So
are they- is there a special? Yes, I see. Yes, all of y'all. I need some Funkos behind me. Clearly. Now, is there a special name for the giant Funkos?
Sometimes they're called like supersized, but like other than that, I mean, they've got ones that are like 3 feet tall, which is pretty dope.
Jeez.
But these ones are just like, I think these ones are just 10-inch pops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
And
I'm
that one's-
learning.
I think it's a Walmart exclusive, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I know at Warner Brothers, on the lot next to one of the buildings there, they have like giant life-size Funkos of the Friends cast.
Oh, that's
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is really interesting and weird, but kind of cool. Yeah. Anyway,
Has anybody I've never seen those before.
I've seen like they have that big like Funko, like the headquarters, and like the owner of Funko, like his house, he has like random giant Funkos like on a balcony and stuff. So like I saw it on a TikTok, actually people are like touring Hollywood or whatever, and you drive past his house and he just has like random Funkos just like chilling all over his property.
back before it was official that I played Darkseid, it was only rumored that I played Darkseid. I was like, and I couldn't really say anything about it, but I went on eBay looking for the Darkseid Funko, just because I thought, well, that'll be cool. That'll be my first.
Yeah.
That shit's not cheap.
Yeah, I know. Like the one you have is like what, like $80 or $90, like on its own, and then there's like the glow in the dark one.
I know.
Like a couple $100.
All right.
On the dark side.
And before we get on with this, absolutely hashtag Us United. Absolutely throw money at AFSP right fucking now. If you're watching, give money because this is important. And the fact that this is going on after the movie is released, and I hope continues in perpetuity.
Yeah.
You know?
Going on after the movie and after the first goal was met, after the 500,000 was hit, we're still at it.
No, there's no reason to stop because the need doesn't stop.
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
think it's really cool. I hope there's more organized events like this, to continue to raise money because it's the most important thing. So good on y'all for participating.
Yes.
Now, and I want to thank you guys for coming on my show because I have some questions about Funkos. So, what is considered the like rarest and most expensive Funko?
You have to ask.
Ooh, there's let me think here.
This is the Man of Steel one. That's pretty rare.
No, that there's like different variations of pops. So there's like the common ones, and then there's like exclusives, and then there's like vaulted pops. So like ones that come out that never get made again. Those are pretty like rare. But like I would say any pop of like, so like Funko has their own like mascot. He's called Freddy Funko.
Okay.
And so like they'll make him like there's a Freddy Funko of him as like Superman or Batman. Those are usually worth like a couple grand, to be honest. There's there's I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones, but there's this pop that's like they're called grails, so like Holy Grail pop.
Yeah,
sure.
There's one that I've been wanting for the entire time I've been collecting pops.
This was going to be my next question: was what is your holy grail? And you just said it's a grail.
And it is Ned Stark from Game of Thrones. It's called Headless Ned Stark.
Yeah.
Oh
and
wow!
it literally, the head is detached and there's like blood covering it and stuff. It's like I think it's like $1,400.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude.
I thought it was just gonna be like a regular Ned Stark with just no head.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, just a nub for his.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but somebody's son. It was on Twitter, and they posted the picture. But somebody's son. I don't know what these are, but they're like figures, and they're on these discs. And I guess there's like an adjustable wheel or something underneath it.
Oh, what are those called?
I don't know, but there was one of Darkseid, and then there was one of a certain director, and this kid cut the head off of the director's figure and put it in Darkseid's hand and took a picture and sent it to me. And it's like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, I'd like to not kill my career right now.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, oh, damn. So yeah. So like exclusives would be like con exclusives, like things you could only get at cons.
Yeah, so there's like the Headless Ned Stark is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from like
Right.
I don't remember what year.
Yeah.
So there's like ones that you can get like on this convention floor that are worth quite a bit because like you have to be at the convention to get those.
Right.
And then there's like they're called shared exclusives. So like there's one that I got from Wonder Woman 84 that was like an Emerald City Comic-Con exclusive that you could get at the convention, and then it was a shared exclusive with Barnes and Noble. So if you couldn't go to the convention, you could still go and get this pop, but it's not worth as much because you got it from the
Barnes
store. And
So the provenance is very important as well.
It is, yeah. And you wouldn't believe like some people get so like greedy with it. They'll like buy stickers that are like from the convention and put it on, and they'll like resell them.
That's
at like a higher, it is, and they'll like resell it at a higher price. And there's like ways that you can like, you know, figure out if it's actually there's like serial numbers and stuff on pops, but like that's a whole nother.
You know, the counterfeit industry is, I mean, it's crazy because like literally anything can be counterfeited.
Exactly.
You know, I'm a guitar player, and I was looking at this really lovely looking Stratocaster on it. And there was a couple of things that seemed wrong to me. I mean, it wasn't like it was spelled, you know, like Fondor Stratocaster. It wasn't that obvious. But it was. But there are things, you know, and there's guides online of like what to look for, and it turned out this was an absolute total fake.
Oh,
and I was like, whoa! I mean, that you think at that point putting in that work, to make it fake. It's like, come on, you know.
There's like it's like the amount of work that people put in to like doing that. It's like you could use your talents for something else. You know,
your powers for good.
Exactly.
Like, no, quick money.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shame. I've been on shows and I see people with just a wall of Funkos behind them, and it's clearly, you know,
you can't,
a thing.
Can't see hers. It's
my wall is in front of me.
I saw your TikTok. I saw your posing TikTok, like Vanna White. Like, pretty excellent.
Yeah, it's pretty fire. The that would be mine. That Man of Steel one she has. Yeah,
that would be your grail.
Yeah.
It's really cool. The texture on the suit is like the same from the movie, so like it's awesome. It's just cool to have like. I have like I almost have all the pops from like all the DC EU movies. So
amazing.
Yeah, and soon all of Zack Snyder's Justice League pops will be mine. So.
I pre-ordered 2 Darkseids just because it'd be rude not to.
Of course.
My house is rapidly filling up with Darkseid, like
that's
t-shirts
so cool.
and stuff. And God, did you guys see the Weta Workshop Darkseid?
I wanted to ask you about that. How do you feel? That's you, man. That's you.
Let me find it real quick.
It's a little funny that it's the exact price of the stimulus check.
Right.
They're like, hey, we got this coming out.
You guys got this. We got this. Let's just
explain to your wife.
Yeah.
But let the eyes light up. That's a really good observation. I'd never put those two together. That's funny. No, I mean, I freaked out when the McFarlane thing was announced because I've got a really, really good friend, a brilliant actor named Jonathan Hogan, who I worked with at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival.
Yeah.
And, you know, you work at a Shakespeare Festival and there's some people there that are like, I'm working at a Shakespeare Festival. I am an actor, you know, and I'm not really that way. I never have been. You know, I used to do roofing and I act, so, you know, chill out. So, but we used to talk about stuff. Hello, Muldiversity in the house. Hello, my
The
friend.
party can start.
Yes. Hi. But we used to talk about like goals and stuff. And Jonathan and I both, you know, I was just like, and the horror on these people's faces. What are your goals ultimately as an actor? And I'd be like, I want to go to cons and have an action figure.
Yeah,
What?
that's fire.
You know, and it's happening, and it's really exciting and really fun and really cool. So,
Dude, you have a Weta figurine. Not
Yeah,
even
I
a
have a
figurine, a
Weta
statue.
look at that.
Bro.
And somebody explain it to me because I'm really new to this world. That's 1/4. So that's got to be huge.
So how you know how tall Darkseid is?
It's like 8 foot something.
So he's 1/4 of that plus the
It's like,
throne.
so the thing's like 2 feet tall.
Yeah, dude. It's like a toddler. It's like toddler side.
Oh my God, toddler side. That's, yeah.
When Joey posted, we have a World's Finest group chat. Joey posted it, and then I waited a couple minutes, and I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "I just purchased it." Joey said, "Prove it."
Wait, you bought it?
No, dude.
Oh,
I said
dude.
no, and then I told him back. I said, "Yo, if I buy that, my wife would succumb to the anti-life equation and fucking kill me." Like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
There's just some things that you shouldn't. You know, I can see it now. She chops your hand off. Your credit card floats up. She goes to grab it. Some arrows hit her in the chest.
Yes, perfect. Yeah,
I did pre-order 3 of the McFarlanes because, come on,
dude,
now.
I have ordered
You got it.
every single McFarlane toy, every single Funko. Dude.
Now let me ask you this.
Thank you, Joe Biden, for that stimulus because I need it. I need
You did
it.
it, Joe.
So, okay, so there was, when they first announced it, there was Uxas, you know,
Mhm.
what we have now, and then Russia did the math.
With the
dimensions, yes.
24. Okay, so 2 feet wide, almost 2 feet high, 19 in depth.
Yo, literally a toddler.
Piece of furniture.
Yeah.
I have to go make a call.
Yeah.
You could actually go and sit on Darkseid's chair. But
Yeah.
so I got the Funko. What the hell was I? I don't know what I was talking about.
So you got you pre-ordered the 3.
Yeah. So, but when he first teased it, there was one of Darkseid in the full armor. Now, do you think that's going to be like a Comic-Con exclusive or something?
It's going to be an exclusive. I don't know, like where, because like there's been a Walmart exclusive. There's been a Target exclusive for Superman. So I think it's either going to be like GameStop or I think GameStop is like the last like place I could think that, because they sell a ton of McFarlane stuff at GameStop.
Yeah.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah. So fingers crossed.
I got to give me one of those.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, I tried to email McFarlane, and all the emails came back like unread or undeliverable or whatever.
Oh, man, that's fucked.
I wrote to them and dropped the D bomb. I was like, "Can I order these?" And I wasn't asking for freebies. Yeah, but I was asking if I could actually buy them because I couldn't find any place that hadn't been completely sold out already.
Yeah.
And some kind soul sent me a link last night, and I was able to get on and order 3, and so they'll be here in like June or something.
Yeah, no, dude, I can't wait. What 3 did you get?
3 of the Darkseids.
Oh, 3 Darkseids, gotcha.
Because you know, I gotta have
like
one,
a Superman one and a Darkseid one. You just
I gotta have one that can come out of the box. You know,
True.
So I'll keep a couple in the box, and one's coming out of the box for silly shit. You know, yeah.
Like the way you started, we had.
I was gonna say you can hold it up.
I had my Lego Darkseid.
Yeah,
nice.
Do you know what's great about the Lego Darkseid? If you have a Lego Darkseid, his hands are perfect for USB cables.
Oh,
Hey.
that's awesome.
So
Life
there
hack
you go.
brought to you by Darkseid.
How did you figure that out?
I mean, please, I'm 9 years old. What do you think? I'm sitting here in my vocal booth narrating audiobooks, making up fucking voices and doing that. I lead such a full life. Anyway.
Oh shit. So let me ask you, Ray, real quick. Like, what's your favorite voice you've ever done? Favorite?
I mean, I'm sorry. The Darkseid definitely.
Okay.
I think it's like, I mean, I've done a bunch of different things, and audiobooks, I've had to do a lot of different types of characters and sci-fi stuff, and making up a dialect that doesn't really exist kind of thing, because if it sounds too Russian, then it'd be like, why does he have a Russian accent if he's from a different planet? So I've got to try to figure that stuff out. But as far as just impact, and I mean, shit, I heard it through IMAX speakers. That's my favorite voice I've ever done.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, IMAX sound system. Oh. But the cool thing about it with the movie, and I noticed it in the first preview where we heard the voice. Kieran sounds like Kieran, Peter sounds like Peter, and I sound like me. So there's effects on the voices for sure.
Yeah.
But it isn't morphed into unrecognizability. I sound like me, which is trippy.
Which is always good though. That's what the sound, I've mentioned this before, since the movie has been released, the people who worked on the sound and the visual effects are and the
people that edited that movie too, like the pacing is amazing.
The time that was given to them to finish these things was not the normal amount of time. And the fact that it looks beautiful as it does, it sounds beautiful, and everything is just those behind the scenes people, man. That's where most of my love goes. Like when I watch the movie, I'm like, yo, these dudes put in so much work, and they were able to. Yes. And to just think about your typical, even 2.5 hour big visual effects spectacle. You're talking about, over a year at least of working on visuals. They did it in less than that, and it looks.
Yeah. And I think wasn't Weta Digital? Wasn't that
was one of the VFX studios.
Man, I want to go to New Zealand and shake some hands.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Just today, I was watching the Justice is Gray edition. And for some reason, like the VFX popped better. Like you could, it made me admire it more. Yeah. Especially when Steppenwolf is calling like dirt using the Apocalyptian
Zoom.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the Zoom tube, if you will.
The Zoom tube, nice.
But like I saw the breakdown of it, and pretty much they took like the final Darkseid like model, and then they worked their way back to make it, add the lava effect and everything. I thought I would never have thought it like to be that way.
Yeah, I was sent months ago. I was sent a previs of that, and there was no color even, so it was really cool to see the process GIF online. I still say GIF because you know what? Fuck it. GIF is peanut butter. All right.
Yeah. Yes.
Choosy mothers choose GIF. This choosy mother chooses GIF.
GIF. Yes.
Good.
You see, talk about this here, right?
Yeah, that.
Oh, dude.
And to see the construction of it, to see the stages that it went through from just the basic model to grayed out, and then adding all of that stuff, and that one weird transition where it was all rainbowy and strange.
That was cool.
But I remember seeing in that first preview when Steppenwolf kneeled, I knew that was Darkseid. It had to be Darkseid, but I was like, but I want lava dripping off of me too. And when it came out, I was like, yeah, I have lava.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a question. Anthony, will you pull that picture back up?
Okay, yeah. Hold on. Here we go. Bam.
Why is Steppenwolf undressing?
I think that he would remove his armor out of respect, and I also think there's an ancient primal thing of giving your throat. You see, that's just my own interpretation.
Yeah.
You see, wolves will do that to the alpha wolf. They will give their throat.
Yeah.
I just thought he was trying to show his props off to you.
Yeah, no, exactly. Remember how pretty I am? No, I've been working out.
Look at my puppy dog eyes and my traps.
Exactly.
Look at me.
I've been working out. I'm vegan now. No,
I'm on a plant-based diet.
Oh,
Nice.
Shit.
Wow.
And Meg wins the internet. Damn. Nice one. Nice one. Damn.
My work has been for nothing.
Yes.
I'm just gonna leave now. It's all you.
Yeah.
But I really do think that it's a vulnerability thing. It's the obeisance kind of thing of just I'm not wearing any armor and here I am.
Mm-hmm.
What storytelling to take this because Steppenwolf is a badass.
Yes.
He's terrifying.
He's hard on people and horses.
Yes.
There's like all sorts going on, and then at the end of the movie you end up like feeling sorry for him. There's all these people who are like, poor Steppenwolf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To me that's like the height of good storytelling. I've always felt like in any play or in any movie or whatever, if you have a villain that you can sympathize with, it makes you ask some questions about yourself. And it also makes the experience that much richer in seeing, how much investment is in that character. And it just, I loved that. And I remember feeling it the first time I watched it. I was like, God, I really care about him. This is really good storytelling, you know?
Well, like, to go back to the VFX thing, like when he's like talking to Darkseid, or he's like, well, when do you think I can come back? And like he has like the puppy, and you see like him actually like swallow like a lump in his throat. That was insane.
Thank you, Davey. Poor Dave, man. I've invaded because I've been watching like Vodka Stream and some other shit, like I'll just be on Twitter and somebody's like, and we're going live. I'm like, yeah, I want to see, and I comment and I like straight invaded a broadcast he was on the other night, and I felt really bad about that.
Yeah,
he loved it. Don't worry,
You're good. You're good.
He's a good dude.
Rasha also says she lives in New Zealand. She says she'll take you on a tour.
I so badly want to go to New Zealand. No, I'm serious. That has been on my list for friggin' ever. Yeah, for a lot of reasons. And now Weta, absolutely.
Damn, she's been to Weta Cave, man.
Dang.
I'm make that flight, Rasha. So.
Well, I've been
invite all of us.
Yeah,
I've been in touch by email with the folks at Weta and have said I really want to come down and shake hands because those are some serious artists down there.
Yes. And real quick, there's also a T-shirt that is attached to today's events with the hashtag Us United streaming for charity for AFSP. So there's this T-shirt that you can get.
Love it.
Yes. Let me get it. All right, it says Us United. It says more than a hashtag. It's $25, and it's on Into the People. So the link is down in the description below the video. So if you guys want a T-shirt to support the event, and also the link for the actual Autumn Snyder Foundation link is also down below and pinned in the chat. So those of you all who want to give, who want to donate and stuff, that's what we're doing here. Yes.
Please do. Yep, absolutely.
Since the movie's out, I mean, I would like to ask, what did Steppenwolf do that made him like exiled so like harshly? Do you know? What's your theory?
He had red wine with fish.
How dare he?
I know. No, let's think about it. What would he have done? I mean, I always took it to be he was cast out, kind of like Lucifer. He tried a power move, and it's like
that makes a lot of sense.
No, we're family, but go.
It kind of makes it like in the movie, it makes it seem like he like tried to overthrow Darkseid or like usurp him or something.
Throne. I mean, that's what Darkseid says.
Yeah,
I mean, Darkseid is profiting handsomely off of this whole arrangement. But
I was gonna say he became like the true villain. Everybody loved Darkseid and Steppenwolf, but
Darkseid.
It's funny, he's just an asshole.
Because exactly, but
he's
because
so
of the
petty,
end,
I love it.
Spoiler alert! At the end, when I say anti-life is found, we will stop at nothing to find it. the look on his face, there's this almost like, oh shit, kind of look on God's face.
Yeah.
So I don't know what motivates that, but I know Peter Guinness is a fucking good actor.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, I think more than anything, I think it was just a power struggle kind of thing. You know, he tried to make a move, and Darkseid's like,
yeah,
you know, I'd kill you, but we're family, so the optics aren't so great. So I'm gonna send you on a little field trip.
Yeah. How about you give me
Scavenger hunt.
Scavenger hunt.
Yeah, the look on his face.
My car keys somewhere.
Oh, not car keys.
No car keys. No, the look on his face when he tells me, but decides it's like, yeah, but you know, you still gotta find these other 50,000. So it's I don't know what you've done lately, but you still have this work.
Somebody made the most astute comment, and it was bone chilling on Twitter. Somebody brought up the whole 50,000 worlds, and somebody else replied, anybody who's ever had a student loan knows exactly how stuff
yes,
goes.
I saw that. Yes.
Yeah. It feels bad, man.
Just 50,000 more and you'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, totally. Oh, so I thought that was pretty spot on.
I actually had a question about again, you know, relating to now that the movie's out. Seen a lot of people talking about why or like how everybody from Apocalypse forgot that the anti-life was on Earth.
Oh yeah, Zach
actually answered.
Zach actually answered it brilliantly. I mean, and it was more or less in line with my own thinking, but obviously that's Zach's thoughts, and I will defer to him on that because it's so much more complete. But it's got everything to do with, I mean, first of all, yes, Wonder Woman calls him Darkseid in the history lesson. We know that this is baby Darkseid. This is Uxas. The mother boxes were separated and left on Earth. We're talking thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of worlds, and he doesn't have a GPS anymore. The mother boxes were more or less how to find it.
Sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah. Sleeping.
That's what I was thinking. I saw it come up. I saw it come up way too often, so I just wanted to throw it out there.
No, a lot of people have that question, and I understand. And in fact, I've seen some less than charitable opinions online going, yeah, well, how come he doesn't know?
He's Darkseid. He should know where to.
Yeah,
pretty much my imitation of every hater. Just that's like,
that's exactly what I hear when I read them in that voice when I see them on Twitter. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers are like.
I just read it as if they just got done like crying really hard.
Well, you know, this is the thing. I mean, I came into this kind of late to the game. I got welcomed into this community by y'all. And this train was already rolling. I just happened to hitch a ride, and I'm very grateful to be here. But I've learned a lot, and I've observed a hell of a lot. And there's been some fights, there's been some infighting, there's been some nasty shit said to each other, you know, over the time. But I've never really seen the whole toxic thing.
Yeah.
What's toxic to me seems to be in the mouths of the people who are detracting the movement and who've always hated what Zach does and who seek to aggrandize themselves by shitting on the project as a whole. I don't see toxicity. In fact, I see a lot of self-policing. Just today on Twitter, people are like, do not #restore the Snyderverse under the Godzilla versus Kong thing. Do not diss that movie because you're a fan of this. Do not be toxic. And yeah, exactly. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
You know, positivity. But there are people who I think at one point, I think there are some people who genuinely hate what Zach does, which is fine. It's not for them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I believe everybody should be allowed to like what they like. But the people who excoriate others because of something that person likes, I find really questionable. And I don't respond because I don't think it would help. But I mean, you know, you see that stuff, and I personally take issue with it. I mean, I know this man, and I really like this man. I'd walk through fire for Zach and Deborah.
Yeah.
We probably all would, and I've
I know, I was
never
gonna say
met him
we
in
all
my
feel the
life.
But I mean, as a friend, I'm just schoolyard enough to be like, somebody hurts my friend, I draw a pencil line through their name. I mean, that's not okay. That's a failing on my part, but whatever.
No, we feel the same way. It's I know people personally who have actually met him, and it's yeah.
Thank you, Sean.
The type of person he is kind of reverberates, I guess you could say, through the people he meets.
Man, be on a set with that guy. Be on a set with that guy. Seriously, everybody is happy. Everybody is joyful. People are creating. People are going. It's very much it's a constructive, creative environment. He also, at the same time, has the biggest vision of everybody's.
Yeah,
knows what he wants to achieve, but he manages to be inclusive. I mean, shit. Like I say, as an actor, I'd walk through fire for him. As a person, I'd walk through fire for him. He's a good person. So I do take issue when people are going after him in that way. But I got to say, I kind of take issue when people start talking about this fandom as a whole, because what I have experienced anyway, while I have observed some shit, and I've been tagged in some shit, like I'm going to supervise. What? Yes. Like I'm going to come down to the basement. You kids don't. Meh, he's right. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
So I the mute button's a beautiful thing, but it bothers me because what I have seen from this community. First of all, I'll never ever for the rest of my days, I will never forget the welcome that I received. Nobody knew who the hell I was. And y'all could have just as easily been like, what? You're not a real actor because I don't know your name immediately. Nobody ever did that.
Yeah.
Everybody just was like, cool, welcome, come along. I'll never forget that. And quite frankly, y'all have saved lives with AFSP. Y'all are saving lives today. I'm not talking about like helping people. I'm talking about actually tangibly saving lives by giving money to this organization and empowering people also to seek help if they need it, to know that they're not alone. It's huge. It's huge. This is toxic. I'll take more toxic then.
Yes.
But what I have seen, what toxicity I have seen has been a lot of people trying to be clever, dissing the fandom or dissing the film. If you don't like the film, cool. If you're going to use your time in an article or a review or a tweet as a gravy boat to contain your bile and your hate for either the fandom or the film, I got nothing for you. You're not bringing anything to the conversation. Yep. So I think negative reviews are, you do anything, somebody's going to be like, I don't like that. That's great.
There's always going to be somebody.
No, and it's great because hopefully it stimulates a conversation. I've not seen a great deal of toxicity from fans. I've seen a great deal of toxicity from haters. And it would be nice if that shit was toned down because there's bigger problems.
Yeah.
For
sure.
And again, just, if somebody's a fan of something and you're not, just fucking let them like what they like. How hard is it? Let them have joy in what they have joy in,
It's
anyway.
How do you get to the point?
Sorry,
where
soapbox, but I just
you're fine. You're
fine.
You're what you're saying right now is legit 100% fucking. That's just how it is, man.
It's interesting to see like people that have like big platforms or big followings. It's just interesting to see how people use their platforms. You could use it for something positive, which all of us in this stream and in this fandom, we try to bring positivity and awareness and just enjoy what we enjoy, like you just said. And then it just feels like all too often when we get this big collective positive voice, there's someone that's like, oh, well, the DC fandom is just toxic because, I had a bad interaction with one person. So the whole thing is just toxic and bad, or I don't like Zach's movies. So I'm going to use my platform to now put negativity into the world instead of just being like, okay, well, I don't really like his stuff, but cool. You guys are like raising money and like bringing awareness and
I mean, it's like,
just having fun,
I was so scared the first interview when people started coming with real solid questions about Darkseid because but you know this, Meg. I mean, comic books were never really my thing growing up. I always respected them, and I knew people really liked them. It was just not necessarily for me at the time. So it was. I knew that it was like a huge, vital part. Some of my friends, man, collectors, and really important part of their lives. I would never ever think of ridiculing them for that. But suddenly I'm getting questions that are like Jack Kirby level questions. I'm like, I'm just an actor. But again, I was afraid to even admit it because I didn't know it. But again, this fandom showed me one more time where it was like, oh, you don't know that? Cool. Here's a PowerPoint presentation. I was like, But again, it's that thing of like helping. I'll help you understand if and at the end of it, you don't necessarily have to like enjoy it as much as I do, but this is my passion. Let me share it with you. That's the best thing in the world. No matter what it is. I mean, there's a few subjects you could get me going on that I would wear you out. And I think there is for everybody. And to me, what's fascinating when you meet a stranger is finding out what is that thing. What is the thing that they like love or collect or are really into? It's great.
Speaking of Jack Kirby, how does it feel seeing Jeremy Kirby, Jack Kirby's grandson, praise the work you did and the work Zach did to bringing the big bad to the screen?
I got a little teary.
Oh, dude, I cried when I saw that. That was
I got a little teary when I read it. I screenshotted it too. That was, I mean, his first comment was like, we need more Darkseid, smiley face. And I responded, with gratitude because I was overwhelmed by that. But then he replied with this statement that was like, I mean, it did me in. I was a bit emotional about that.
No, that's especially when people when we first saw Darkseid actually in the initial teaser trailer for the Hallelujah trailer, there's a lot of people who just, that's not that's not Jack Kirby's whatever. And
they're like, oh, it's not comic accurate, or especially like with the design of like Steppenwolf, dude. People were like, wait a sec, he's supposed to be like this and he's supposed to be like that, and it's like, that's not, you watch the movie and none of that shit's in your head, man. You're just like, holy shit, that's Steppenwolf like right in front of me. So it's really cool to see the creators family be like, we're good. Like this is how we wanted to see it. So
to have their blessing means
yes.
That was a hell of a week because I had that, and then prior to that, I was surprised on the vodka stream when Zach came on. And and said really kind things about the process of me getting the gig and all of that, which was, I mean, largely it's been really emotional, because it was such a journey, personal and otherwise, to get here. That I'm ashamed to admit it. There's definitely times where I'm like, crying off of something I see on Twitter or, honestly, also reactions. I mean, when the trailers were coming out, when the teasers were coming out, I would see the teaser trailer and then I would go on YouTube and watch people reacting to the teaser trailer. And to see that much joy and that much excitement really hit me in a really special place. I'm obviously quite proud to be a part of this. But to see that actual tangible effect really meant something. So
I kind of lost my shit watching it.
And you talked about using a platform, and toxicity and stuff. I mean, my platform's a little bit higher than it was, but before all of this,
I remember when you had like like 1,200 followers or something, like right when the
That was when
Darkseid
it
stuff
broke.
leaked. Yeah.
The night
And
before
then
it broke, I had 350.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see it like keep climbing and climbing.
Yeah.
And now you're at what, like
I'm like at 33,000.
I was like 32 when I checked the other day. I was
I know. It freaks me out. But again, you know, there's that sense of like, great. It's not like I have a platform now and I can do this.
Yeah.
And this. It's like, great. What a wonderful opportunity to be positive. And, you know, just that's all.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, what's the point of like having like this big platform, like, and just spewing even more negativity into the world? It just
there's no point. No.
Exactly. I mean, other than to just, I mean, there really is no point. I mean, you could spend your time like actually trying to create a difference, or you could spend your time like shitting on people that are trying to create a difference.
This is a choice. This is a choice for people with 0 Twitter followers. You can either bring something to the world that it hasn't had before, leave it a little bit better than you found it.
Yeah.
Or you can choose to live a life of tension and divisiveness and stress. It's really up to you.
Yeah.
I prefer to leave a little less of a mess behind, so I'd rather just be. I figured just be polite, you know, just fucking manners, basic manners.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
You know, it matters, especially
does.
now. So yeah. Anyway, big philosophical stuff about that.
That's okay.
But
yo, Ray, let me ask you. Okay, so I'm
man.
sure you've seen the movie several times, as we all have.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen it?
Do you know I've seen it? I saw it the first night when we were all of us like waiting for HBO Max to figure it out.
Yes, that was a stressful one.
But to me, you know, I had a moment as I was finishing the snacks that I had prepared for the movie before it had come on. I had a moment of thinking, isn't this absolutely perfect considering the whole journey of this thing is that the last yard they moved the goalpost a little bit.
Yes,
you know.
Like, yeah, you're almost
And
there.
by they, I mean just whoever
Yeah.
And we were once again asking them to release the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Exactly. Screaming, release the Snyder Cut for an hour. So I saw it that night and was just blown away. And then I had been invited by Zach to go to see it at IMAX.
Oh man.
Jay Oliva was there.
Oh yeah, I saw your picture.
Yeah. Dude. But I got to say this, visually, it's wonderful. Of course. I mean, it's, giant, it's like you're almost wearing the movie rather than seeing it. I mean, it's, enormous. But visually, I got as much watching it on my TV as I did in the theater. Truly. Sound though.
Were you like mouthing the lines while it's playing or no?
No, I wasn't. I was
reading it. You can admit it. It's fine.
No, I wasn't though. No, I swear I wasn't. No. No, I wasn't, but I was listening to myself and like trying to hear things, audio wise, and God, it's just, huge and booming. Somebody's going to make me buy a sound bar. Somebody posted a video today of that sequence.
Dude, I have a sound bar and it was shaking my living room.
I know. I got to get that going. Ray Fisher told me to buy a new TV, so I did.
It was actually, I watched it with my parents not that long ago, and I don't know if you remember, but when you're on League of Mayhem, my dad was watching and you called him Mr. Wonder, and it stuck with him. It really stuck with him. He said, and so we were watching it, and when you first pop up, he's like, that guy called me Mr. Wonder. And I'm like, he did. And oh man, it was like such a full circle moment. And I'm just
a rock star. There was another comment or something that he said that you passed on to me. I was like, he rocks. That's cool.
Yeah.
My dad is he's such a nerd, and I'm so grateful because it's so cool to anytime like with this movie or anything like behind the scenes, like before the movie was even announced, like I would send him pictures and be like, yo, Dad, look, this is what they cut out of the movie. And he said, no way. He's like, is that Darkseid? I'm like, yeah, dude, that's Darkseid. They cut him out of the movie. And so like this whole journey, this whole time I've been like, man, I can't wait to watch this with my dad because like it means so much, and he's such a nerd, and like he's the reason why I'm such a nerd. So when you're sitting there watching it and he's like, hey, that guy called me Mr. Wonder, I'm just like, wow, like this is what a full circle moment for
I've
sure.
been getting texts, especially in the lead up to the film when all the previews were coming out. I would get texts from my mother saying, you know, I watched so and so's reaction. You know, and these are all people like I've been on their podcast or I've been on their show or whatever. Anyway, so and so's reaction I really like. They're really excited about it. Like watching all the reactions. I'm like, what? My mom is watching reactions. Mr. Wonder. He does sound wholesome. Mr. Wonder.
Yeah, it's so cute, man. He thinks you're the best.
Hello, Geraldo.
Yes.
Well, he needs a T-shirt now. He needs a logo. He needs a
Mr. Wonder?
a suit, Mr. Wonder.
It's cute because Anthony sent me a sweatshirt because my dad like only wears sweatshirts and shorts any time of the year. Sweatshirts
Good man.
and shorts, and I sent him. I gave him this sweatshirt that Anthony sent me. It has our world's finest logo on it, and man, he wears it every day. It's
so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
He said, "Oh," and it's funny because he said, "Well, should I put Mr. Wonder on the back of it?" And I said, "Yeah, Dad, if you want to." You can.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, "Hey, you can. It's so cute."
Oh yeah, man. He's gonna get a panelist lanyard at a Comic-Con at some point. Watch.
We need to have him. We want to have him on the show, but he can't. I don't know if I could teach him how to do it while I'm not like next to, because we don't obviously live together. So it's like. I'd be like, Dad, yep, you have to, press this button.
Press that one.
Yeah.
That's
You
so
gotta get him
funny.
on though. You gotta get him on.
Yeah.
You gotta get him on.
We'll have to tone it down a little bit, but
Oh, no, dude. My dad, he's.
Oh yeah, that's right. She said. He was like, y'all cuss a lot on your show, and what'd you tell them? Yeah, you were just watching a video where the fucking F word was just like spilling around.
Yeah. He's like, you need to watch your mouth. I'm like, I learned from the best.
Nice one.
Yeah.
So since the movie's out, let me ask you, Ray.
Yes,
so so this is a scene a lot of people talk about just because it's like some would say it's out of place. I've become more comfortable with it since I've seen the movie like 8 times or some shit. But so when the Icelandians start singing when Aquaman goes into the water, what are your thoughts on that scene?
Well, I'll tell you, when I first saw it, I mean, I didn't cringe the way people seem to be cringing off of that. First of all, to an Icelandic person, someone who comes out of the sea and hello DC Talk with Extended. I just made that sound really nasty. I apologize.
Nah, he's gonna love that.
That's what we do here.
True. That should be our tagline.
That's true. What's your porn name? DC Talk with Extended. Anyhow, that's horrific. So okay, so here's this fishing village in Iceland, right? And here's this person who lives in the water, kind of embodies the sea.
Yeah,
you know, they know who the hell he is. I think this is just my opinion. And he has a positive impact on their lives. He takes, because that's what you see him doing. It's taking care of people. And they in turn protect him. Nobody gives up his info when Bruce Wayne comes in. You know, he's got to be almost godlike to these people.
Yeah.
And of course there'd be a song for, I mean, considering the Viking heritage of the people of Iceland, I was like, yeah, of course there's a song.
Yeah.
I had no problem with it.
No, I mean, the first time I saw it, it didn't take me out of the movie at all. And it was beautiful. And they can sing. They can sing. He's God to them, so they sing. Yes, and they sound beautiful. Like it's
no. Well, it's an old Icelandic hymn, and it's a lovely one. But also, I mean, the great Viking stories, the Eddas. These are songs, poems, lyrical. Long form sagas. And so to me, it seemed entirely appropriate. It seemed like a connection between the modern world and the ancient which, you know, again, I was fine with. I know people are like, why is this happening? You know, and they're freaked out by it. And that's totally cool. Sean, you got it right.
Yes, sir.
Donate
There's a
to
link
AFSP
pinned in-
if you are able for autumn.
Yeah.
You are not broken. You are not alone.
Yes.
Um,
Perfectly said, Sean.
So yeah, I mean, I know people feel like it's somehow out of place. I don't think it is at all.
No, it didn't take me out of the movie. I heard. I wanted to like. I just don't think it was. I was like, I don't know the context of it, but
I don't know what they were saying.
It was like
until
when it
they
happened. Bruce looked at him. He looked back at the sea. Obviously, you know,
He's gone.
Arthur was gone, and then he just turned around and left. And it was just like they kept singing, and it was such a, you know, like I said, it didn't take me out of the movie at all. Didn't have a problem with it. I just wanted like some context, but I just want to know what you thought about that.
I think it's, you know, and I also think story-wise, it's really interesting. You see these people revering him as a god. They're singing songs about him. You know, they want every bit of him that they can possibly get. He probably uses a really great fabric softener. That's why she smells the sweater. But no, you know, I mean, this is this revered person. And then the very next time we see him, he's just as flawed as anybody else is. People are like, why won't you be the king? Fuck being the king.
Yeah.
You know, he's this, he can't reconcile who he is with who he feels like he is at this time, you know? And again, you're talking about all these heroes' journeys, right?
Yeah.
In the film, and they all kind of come together at the end, and what their journeys are. And that's a messy path. The hero's journey is not a linear, straight, you know, thing. So again, I had no problem with it at all.
So I mean, I'm sure you didn't have a problem with this right here.
Yeah.
That was funny. You know, that was before I was cast as Darkseid even.
Really?
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, you know, I was asked because they were doing this scene and they needed folks, and Zach knew me, and look at me, you know. I mean, I don't exactly come across like, you know, Dave from accounting. Look at me, you know. So, I mean, those kind of clothes really suit me. If I could get away with dressing like that, I would.
Do it. Gauntlets and everything.
Do it.
Just do it.
Yes.
So yeah, I did that scene. But one of the cool things about that day when we shot that was, at the end of shooting it, Zach was there. He's like, "Hey, come here. We walked all the way across that big ass soundstage at Leavesden, and he took me down into the set that is the temple where Diana's walking around with the torch.
Oh.
And they had just built it, and it was like jaw dropping standing in there, just like, oh my God, all that art on the walls and the way it was lit and everything. It was just absolutely incredible. And Zach just wanted me to see it because he was so enthusiastic about it.
That's so cool, man.
Dude.
Yeah. So
I was curious just how it felt to have, technically, you're the only one in the cast with 2 roles.
True.
You're right.
Yes.
It's funny. It's I don't know. To me, it's kind of in keeping with the whole thing. You know, it just is like, it makes it personal. You know, you don't think in terms of, you know, I'm working on this massive, huge undertaking, this big Hollywood, blah, 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 you know, thing. It's like somehow Zach makes you feel as though we're doing this really cool project together. You know, he said it's, you know, I mean, Zach is very much about family, and I think for them that extends out even past their immediate family and includes a lot of people, you know, and so it's I'm very happy that I got to run away and join the circus, you know.
Yeah, this is I didn't even catch it the first.
A lot of people didn't, and the bunch of people
I did. I recognized it because your hair.
Exactly. Again, you know, I can't start stealing things. Can you give a description? Damn right I can. Yeah. So
yeah, I think the second time I watched it, I noticed it. I was just, you know, the first time you watch it, you miss so much because you're like,
well, this is part of the reason why you want to rewatch it is A, it's just fucking amazing. But B, it's so packed with Easter eggs and little things.
Yes, it
I
is.
didn't notice before. And again, another great reason to watch it on a slightly smaller screen, because having seen it, you know, in IMAX, there's only so many places, you know, that you can look. You know, when you have it on a screen at home, or let's say you're sitting kind of far back in a movie theater, you'll be able to catch more. But Yeah, there's so much stuff I missed because I'm a car dude. I was staring at the damn Mercedes.
Yes, I did the first time too.
Oh yeah,
the AFSP billboard, and I'm like, how
I missed that too.
You know, because it's a damn cool car.
I remember just thinking, Bruce just literally pulled out in front of somebody, and he's super speeding.
Yeah.
No, it's like, weirdly, as a car dude, I was like, man, he just cut that dude off. Oh, it's a Challenger. Who cares? Now, Dodge people don't come after me. They're great cars.
Yeah. So, okay, the first time you saw this, and I think they put it out a few days before in like in a TV spot or something. But like, this was one of the most fire things I saw in the entire movie, and just this.
Yeah.
You're Omega beaming Volko and stabbing Aquaman.
I'm good at multitasking.
That is like literally ripped from a comic book panel.
Yeah, I mean, those were exactly the Omega beams as I've seen them, and they're making the water boil, which I thought was cool as hell.
Yes.
And then somebody pointed out that it spells end, and somebody else pointed out somebody else pointed out that in there you can see ZSJL.
Hold on.
I'm too stupid for this.
Somebody pointed out. Yeah.
Now again, that could just be. Oh, help me out. What is the term?
Reaching?
No, thank you. Fuck off. I will reach through this camera and snatch that damn hat off your head. Reaching shit.
Gentlemen, we just gained a 4th Horse Award finest. Great point.
Joey's on fire today. Jesus. But anyway,
he's still in his hazing period as well. So
it was still
how people will see, like somebody will see like a face in a tree or whatever, and it could be that. But I just thought it was fascinating because they broke it down. They were like, no, there's the Z, there's the S. They kind of overlap. There's the J, there's the L. I don't think that Zach is that vain to do that, but I also think he's mischievous enough to do something.
Yeah.
So
he put his name on the movie. I mean, you might as well.
Honestly, after everything that's happened, fuck yeah, put your name on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he is the guy who said, okay, we can't do that suit. Okay, so let's make the suit in a way that in post I can just change the color of it. And
like, oh wait, I'm not allowed to film this scene. Okay, I'm gonna do it in my backyard.
Cool.
That's crazy. I shot it yesterday. Anyways.
Yeah. Oh, what a shame.
Oh man, I already did it.
Better to ask forgiveness than permission.
True.
So anyway, I don't know, or it literally could just be Omega beams, but people again are so invested that they're seeing that image and they're like, does that spell something? I was just so jazzed because I said jazzed. Fuck, sorry.
That's good.
I did Shakespeare for 20 years and I'm talking like
I mean, of the stuff we say on here, jazzed is not the worst thing.
Oh yeah,
no, you're right.
Close, but
let me run that back and get a second take. I was so enthused.
There we go.
That it was very much like what you'd seen in comics, what you'd seen in the animation. And also just because I got Omega beams.
He did the thing. Yeah.
And I was glad because I'd been asked a bunch of times, I was really glad that there's just that half second of the arms behind the back pose.
Yes. Oh my God. See, I'm telling you, I walk around like that at work. I walk around like that at home. And it's like sometimes I don't even realize I'm doing it. And then I'm like, oh shit, like I'm walking like Darkseid or I'm showing like Darkseid. I literally do it all the time.
When you make eye contact with someone, they're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're like, what? My boss is.
At one point I decided that I should probably go and like learn a bit more about stuff. So I went to a comic book shop. I was wearing a mask, of course, because everyone should be.
Yes, indeed.
Get your vaccines. Wear a mask. Wash your hands.
As soon as you can get a
Wear
shot.
a mask like these dudes.
Brush your teeth.
Hey!
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm wearing a mask, but I'm wearing a Darkseid shirt, and I go in and buy a couple of Darkseid comics. And the guy at the comic shop is like, looking at my shirt, looking at the comics, and doesn't say anything because I'm sure he's seen weirder shit. But it was,
true.
but I felt a little like James Bond, like he behind the mask.
Yeah.
Going, oh, I play Darkseid. Oh. So that was cool.
About to blow this dude's mind. Did you tell him?
No,
Oh,
no, I don't. Yeah.
like this is me, by the way.
I was gonna say you should have done it on the way out. Be like, I'm Darkseid,
Yeah.
by the way, and then like leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, thanks. Have a great day. I'm Darkseid.
Thank you very much. I'm Darkseid. What existence shall be mine. What, bitches? Yeah, I did do that actually recently. There was a comic shop I called here because I was looking for the variant covers.
Mhm.
Oh right, yeah.
Yes, that I was looking for that exact cover.
Yeah.
So I was calling around and I found a place that had it, and I was like, so do you have the one just with Darkseid? And the guy's like, well, yeah. I mean, we've got all of them. I was like, I really just wanted to get the one with Darkseid on it. He's like, yeah, sure. And I went, you got to understand, please forgive me. I'm not a comic book collector. I'm not anything like that. I played him in the movie. So I just wanted to, and he's like, what, you did? Oh, and being LA, he's like, cool. And it was a non-event, but
I actually have an interesting story. So I went the other day and bought 3 more of the covers because I'm giving one away on Instagram, one away on Vero, and one away on Twitter.
I saw that and was going to enter the contest and then thought, no, that would be dick.
So like I bought them and the guy that was checking out, and I go there literally like once a week. And he was like, oh, have you seen the movie? And I was like, have I seen the movie? And I said, yeah. In my head I did, but
I'm an associate producer.
In real life, I was like, yeah, I saw the movie. And so he said, oh, well, how'd you like it? And I said, oh, dude, I like loved it. And he started like talking about, he's like, oh yeah, it's like, it was good. He's like, there's some spots that like people just staring off into the distance that could have been cut or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I talked to Zach last week before the movie came out. I interviewed him and they're like, what? And I said, it's like the first time I've ever like humble bragged in real life. Because like, I wanted to see his face when I was like, oh yeah, I talked to Zach. And he's like, what? That's crazy. And so like, he like found my video and everything. And he's like, oh, I'm going to check this out. He's like, Zach seems like such a cool guy. He's like to do interviews with like fans and stuff. I said, yeah, dude, you should like, he's on so many people's pages. And like, that's what I think is like one of the most admirable facts about like all of you guys facts. Yeah. Facts is that like, you guys are so intertwined with like the community and
why wouldn't you want to be?
Right. And like you'll like show up like on stuff like this, like you'll just show up and like chit chat for a while.
Hello, Bridging the Geekdoms podcast.
But like when you tell people like, oh yeah, I got to talk to Zack Snyder or whatever, they're like, what? That's insane. How? And I'm just like, just because he's a fucking amazing person. Yeah,
he's a damn good guy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that there's ever been a relationship between fans and creators of something like there has been with this. And you all have so much to do with this having gotten. I mean, y'all are the reason I'm here. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
The reason why I get to have this T-shirt and come on these shows and talk. So of course I'm going to show up. I just worry, that I show up on too fucking much and you're going to get tired.
Never.
Never. That will never happen.
I mean, I love, I never use Twitter like I do now. I love going on and just seeing what people are talking about and thinking. And, did you guys see that Lord of the Rings post I put up?
No, dude, I laughed so hard. I was in my car. I punched out from work and I checked my phone before I drove off and I saw that 8.5 day cut.
I howled with laughter and I posted it thinking everybody would laugh. The first 3 posts are like, is this real? No, it's not real.
Confirmed. Yeah.
No. And so he's like, I'd watch it. I'm like, yeah, I would too. The point is not that. It's that it's funny.
Yeah.
Like people comment, source, what's your source on this? Source.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's a meme, bro.
Leslie Jones can be funny. Why can't I? So anyway.
True.
God, I could not. I thought I would need oxygen watching Leslie Jones videos.
those were
I didn't see that
hilarious.
till the next morning, and I thought I was still dreaming. I was like,
Yeah.
"There's no way this is Leslie
Yeah.
Jones freaking out about Zack Snyder's Justice
She's gonna
League."
get the Snyderverse restored all by herself, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Speaking of that, what
Yes.
was your thoughts seeing this trend at 1.5 million tweets? What was your reaction?
I wouldn't say I was surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was once again, like I am almost every day, blown away by the ability of this fandom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've been saying it forever when people ask, you know, I love the question of like, you know, if you had the chance to play Darkseid again, would you? I don't know. Let me check my day book. What do you think?
What the fuck? Yeah.
Gosh, if I have nothing else on that day, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so busy.
So I'm washing my hair that day.
Yeah.
Of course I would. You know, and people would ask like what I thought about it and that sort of thing. And, you know, my answer became, it's been made abundantly clear in the past year or so that if this fandom wants something badly enough, they seem to be able to, in a positive and constructive way, make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I would love it if it happened. That would be incredible. I don't know what form that's going to take. I, you know, don't claim to understand what the, let's say, higher ups think about it. But it would be amazing. And I think that, you know, shit, yeah, keep tweeting it. Keep going. I mean, you know, y'all shook the internet yesterday.
It's crazy, man. Every time I would refresh, it'd be like, I remember I first saw it. I woke up and it was at like 250,000, and I was like, "Oh my god, like that's insane on its own."
Yeah,
and it just kept going and going.
No, and
I think,
when I checked in and it was 1.17.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It was after only 7 hours. It was at like 800,000. Like it was at such a level where you were like, okay, so 1 million there's no way we're not getting there. But the thing about it is, it's like before, you know, the cut got announced, and it was when it was, you know, I'd say mostly just fans. That's you know, you'd see it hit these certain numbers with these tweets, you know, release a Snyder cut or whatever. But this one wasn't just us. There's like a lot of
and I think that's the interesting thing, right? Is that I mean this
Ready the Armada, damn straight.
You know, the release of Snyder Cut hashtag was born from fans, and so was the Restore the Snyderverse. But after such a positive reception of the cut, I mean, there's so many people that are down for more of this. People that maybe weren't so keen on Zack stuff before.
That's it, exactly.
And so the audience is just, you know, doubling like I see so many tweets every day of like,
I just finished.
Yeah, hey,
Snyder cut, and
or like I was gonna watch it in parts, but I sat and watched the whole thing 4 hours straight. So it's so interesting to see like every day the hashtag Restore the Snyderverse just gets bigger and bigger, and the audience gets wider and wider.
The people who keep saying, you know, I went back and watched BVS and I like it now.
Yes.
Like on HBO Max, like the top 3 things that are popping up right now are Man of Steel, BVS, and Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, especially when, because I read in The Guardian the transcript of your interview with Zack. Miss WM. You're the only WM I listen to. I don't listen to the other WM. But God, I want to see that. You know, what Zack described as like what he has in mind.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
bells, you know. So I don't know anything inside. I get most of my information from y'all, but it'd sure be something. And it does seem a shame with all this wonderful momentum and all this good feeling and all of this support for this 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
With new people constantly gaining an appreciation for it every day. It just seems a shame to stop.
It just seemed like what would be the point of not continuing, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, besides the fact that obviously Zach would put out some fire movies, and there'd be meaning behind it, just like there's meaning behind pretty much everything he does. But I mean, just on the base level of it, that's a lot of money.
Well, sure it is.
Yeah.
Sure it is.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of, just at the very smallest level of it. That's a lot of money that they're a business, so I don't know if they don't want it or whatever, but it's to stop and not do it any more movies, like at the very base level. That's a lot of money that you're turning down.
Absolutely. I mean, not only for the film, but let's think in terms of merch, licensing, spin-off stuff, all of this. It could be tremendously profitable in a lot of ways for them to continue that. And to me, it makes sense, but nobody listens to me. So,
hopefully as a collective, they are listening.
Exactly. Hopefully. But I also got to say, I mean, you're just stepping outside and taking a look at this entire arc, this entire journey and everything, how hard it is to be a DC fan.
Dude.
And yet to maintain the level of positivity and the level of commitment and the level of donating to AFSP and all of that. It's a true measure of, I mean, that's actual superhero stuff,
Yes.
That adversity. So if I had a hat, it would be off to you, but I'm the only one without a hat. So we'll just say we started with my hat off to you and it's remaining that way.
We'll make sure you know about the hats ahead of time next time.
Yeah, damn, man. Call me. Dress code, shit. But everybody except Meg is rocking the Darkseid shirts.
Yeah, so Meg doesn't have it. So, I mean.
Yeah, I haven't done laundry, man. I've been busy.
All right.
All of my spare time is consumed by
TikTok
watching. Well, true. TikTok now, dude. I spend so much time on TikTok, and when you get those McFarlane Darkseid toys, you need to make a TikTok, and you need to just narrate.
Oh, that'd be fire
with the McFarlane figure. Just saying.
All of existence shall be mine.
Yes. Okay. Could you do Fran Drescher as Darkseid?
Oh no, I can't do Fran Drescher.
Oh, I was thinking about that all day today. So,
getting back to laundry, do you think Aquaman washes his clothes with Tide?
Ooh, wow, dude. Well, on that, I've got to bounce.
Thinking about that.
Thank you. Be here all week.
Whole time. He's just been sitting like, okay.
Someone talk about laundry.
Here's my moment.
Someone talk about laundry. Bring it up again. I wrote it down.
Shit. Yeah.
Please. Oh, speaking of the sky, you know how Aquaman is weave it into the kind of just shoehorn that shit in there.
It was burning my brain. I was like, I have to get this out.
It was like all the subtlety of the jaws of life wedging that into the conversation. Yeah. Or as I like to say, you put the B back in subtle. Oh my God.
Oh, Joey.
Joey does have the best puns.
He does.
He's on fire, man.
Yeah, he is.
We wanted to play this or that game with you, but what is it? So Zach did a this or that with IGN, so like this character or that character, and we were gonna try to like put our own spin on it.
Okay.
And Joey has a good one, and he's the only one that came up with any. So go ahead, Joey.
Okay, so it's all on me.
Yes. No pressure.
So the game is called.
If you fail, you are kicked out of the group. By the way.
Yeah.
Oh God. The game is called Decide Your Fate.
Decide Your Fate. Okay.
Would you rather drink Omega cream soda or Darkseid fizz?
There's like 9 different really unsavory grown-up jokes that I want to tell right now.
I told them the other night, I was like, this is going to sound dirtier than like I wanted to.
Oh, it sounds
and you know what?
Rancid as hell.
It doesn't sound bad over text like when I was reading it in my head, but as
Yeah.
soon as you read it out,
When you heard me say it, you were like, "Oh, this was a bad idea."
So
like record scratch, like
repeat the question, Joey.
No. I'm done.
Go ahead.
So the question was, would I rather have Omega Beam Soda
Omega cream.
or
Omega
sorry,
cream soda.
Omega Cream Soda or Darkseid Fizz? I wanted to make that as horrible as it possibly could be. I gotta say, I've always liked a cream soda. I do like them. Dr. Brown's cream soda, Fanta orange cream soda.
Oh, so
You know, I do like a cream soda. I don't know what a Darkseid Fizz is. It could be yummy or horrific.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go with Omega Cream Soda.
Nice.
Fanta Red Cream Soda. That's what it is. It's Fanta
Okay.
Red, which is kind of Omega, right? It's red.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I was
As
going for,
long-
and you said it. And yeah.
Yeah. No, as long as whoever's serving it doesn't actually shoot it out of their eyes, I'd be fine with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. With a
don't know
little
if I wanna read the-
Steppenwolf head cherry on top.
yes,
that's good.
perfect.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to read the second one because it's not.
Okay,
Go. Come on, let's go.
All right.
No,
If
no,
you
no,
were
wait,
working
hold on.
out, would you rather use a cosmic treadmill or an apocalyptical?
Jesus, dude. Jesus, dude. Exactly. Oh my God. Well, Darkseid's kind of been on a cosmic treadmill, right? 100,000 worlds, like looking for anti-life, all of that stuff. So I'm going to say an apocalyptical, you know?
Someone needs to
Absolutely.
trademark that now.
Yeah,
I'm on it.
Apocalyptical.
yes.
Exactly. I have turned 1,000 fat cells into dust.
And here's how.
And here's how. Hey guys, on Apocalypse, I find it hard with my busy schedule destroying worlds and killing superheroes to find time to work out. Ask me about my moisturizer. Anyway, is there another one?
No, that's all I had.
That's all?
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Damn.
if I.
No,
like this game.
those were perfect.
Listen, Davey just popped in. Okay, now you're making me horny. It's your job, vodka stream man. Your job, internet bartender of the fandom, to come up with a really splendid alcoholic drink of Darkseid Fizz and Omega Cream Soda.
Mm.
And if you work it out and you tell me the ingredients, I will come on the vodka stream and drink it with you.
There you go.
Okay. So that's a challenge. I'm throwing down. Well, Darkseid doesn't need a gauntlet, but I'm throwing down the gauntlet.
Ooh,
Yeah. Boom. Just throwing shade everywhere. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dave, you
You
got
can
to
have that one for free, Dave.
Yeah.
That's very, very an apocalyptical. On it. I bet he's already working on the ingredients. It's like,
he's brainstorming.
there's
right
got to
now.
be grenadine in there somewhere, right? Because it's red. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. You know, your reactions to those were about what I expected, so I think everything went as planned.
Yeah, I mean you can stay on for now. So
Oh, good. Thanks.
Going, yes, yeah.
Oh,
Still,
Lord. Those were excellent.
Thank
still
you.
49,999 more worlds to conquer. though.
yeah, so we've got
That's odd.
Oh man! So this has been awesome.
yes.
We can't forget why we are here in the first place today is
Precisely.
to donate to AFSP. There's a link in the chat that's pinned, and also below the video there's a link to the T-shirt and to the Autumn Snyder Fund where you can go and donate if you can. If you can't, share the link to somebody who probably can donate. It's 1,000% free. So, Ray, it's been
It's been an absolute joy. Beyond also donating, I mean, just briefly, everybody at one time or another feels on their own or feels broken, I can't think of a community that would remind you quicker or more strongly that you are neither broken nor alone. So beyond donating to AFSP, realize that it takes almost nothing to reach out a hand and say, you know what, I'm not doing so good right now. I need some help. Please, because you ain't broken and you ain't alone. And certainly not in this community.
Yeah.
And I thank you guys. This has been an utter blast.
Thank you.
It always is, man.
Yeah, it always is. Yeah,
I'll wear a hat next time. And of course, y'all won't.
We won't wear a hat next time.
Yeah.
We forgot. We'll just take it off during.
Yeah.
As the intro plays, we'll take it off, and then when it comes on, you just only want to fucking hat.
Look at this guy. He's wearing a hat.
Well, what are you wearing? Your Darkseid shirt?
We'll all change shirts.
You'll be in like Marvel shit, and I'm like,
We're all wearing like Thanos gear. We have gauntlets and everything.
Oh no!
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the show. World's finest.
Yes, I don't know if you saw this, Ray. This is the thumbnail I had put together for us.
I know, I love it.
Hell yeah. Well, I remember you said on the vodka stream actually that like everyone uses like the same picture as like
this is a brand new one, and I love it. I'm very pleased.
And so we all actually got our own individual artwork done by this person. So we're like,
yeah. By the way, she is awesome.
How dope would it be to have matching caricatures with?
Oh, I'm so proud. It's really, really cool.
Yeah,
it's really well done.
Yeah,
what is the artist? What's the artist's name?
It's like Il My Art.
Il My Art, yeah, and she's on. I sent you her Instagram page.
Yes, you did. I'm definitely gonna be checking it out. But Il My Art, if you're listening, great work.
Yeah,
thank you.
She does those caricatures on Fiverr too. So if anyone's interested, we can always send a link.
Matter of fact, I'll add that to the description down below. Yeah, she is.
And she's so quick too. How quick? I mean, we had that idea like 2 nights ago.
Yeah,
amazing.
And she got that.
And she also did it to scale, which I love.
Yes, yeah, right? We're all like itty bitty.
Towering over
yeah.
So
she made me look like a cooler Viking Batman than I ever could in real life.
What? What do you mean? I mean, when it popped up, I'm like, wow, what a cool Viking Batman.
I love how we all have like the same hair color. I mean, except for Anthony because he's bald. But yeah.
It's great art.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Oh my God, what fun, you guys. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. This has been our pleasure.
It's just a blast. I'm not even sure if we covered anything constructive other than the main reason why we're all here, which is to raise money for AFSP.
That's the only thing that matters.
So
that we talked about for
empty
sure.
your pockets.
Yes.
And we got to figure out, like, is Funko going to do an AFSP Funko? Or do you know what I mean? I think that'd be really, really cool.
Yes,
it'd be cool if they like actually make, because they make ones for directors. Like I have one for Patty Jenkins and Ava DuVernay, and it'd be cool if they made one for him that the proceeds went to AFSP.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's a good idea.
Because I mean, they got the footballs. They made some footballs. They did for AFSP that are.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on mine. Yes, I got
an email like a week ago saying that they're still working on it. So
I did too. Yeah, Ink to the People, man. I love them. I've spent so much friggin' money at Ink to the People.
Oh my God, same.
I was doing laundry the other day, and I'm like, wow, Darkseid shirt. I've got to get out more.
Well, Ray, we really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, man.
You're going to be on a stream later on tonight with Enosh.
Yeah, I'm going to drop in at Poindexter.
Yes,
I mean, honestly, this is just going around the neighborhood and seeing friends at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We really appreciate it, though, man. Coming on here.
My pleasure.
You're welcome back to World's Finest anytime, because,
Oh, yeah, we got to do it again.
You fit right in. Let's just put it out.
Yeah.
So everybody out there, like we said, go donate to AFSP. The links are all over this YouTube stream. And we'll see you guys next time. World's Finest out.